Welcome everyone to the next edition of the 12th Horseshoe Podcast, episode number 5. I'm Elijah Weintraub, joined as always alongside Jack Rizzo. Jack, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, Eli.
Yeah.
2 weeks away today,
Yes.
the first Hall of Fame game is starting, and 7 weeks from today, the first game of the season between the Lions and the Chiefs. So we're getting there. A
Yeah.
few teams have already reported to training camp. The offseason's pretty much over now. It was a long offseason, but we
Yeah.
got through it, and now it's time for
Yeah.
training camp. So much to get to today on the podcast.
Yeah.
So happy that you all are joining us today. And get ready because we have a lot of content coming for the
Yeah.
season.
And we'll start off with that breaking news story, and I gotta change everything. I'm gonna go breaking news. This time I got the banner for it and everything.
All
So the
right,
command.
so the breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news reported from us. The sale is official. The Washington Commanders will have a new owner for this season. Dan Snyder's 2.5 decade run is over. The NFL owners have unanimously approved the sale of the Washington Commanders franchise to Josh Harris and his team, $6.05 billion, largest sports sale in North American history. And also, the NFL has fined Daniel Snyder $60 million in restitution for the things that he did.
Yeah.
So, a
Absolutely.
huge day for the Washington Commanders and their fans. They've been waiting for this for a long time. And
Absolutely. They
no matter what happens to them this season, they can at least celebrate that they have a new owner and their future's looking pretty bright.
Yes, their future is looking bright. So even if they do have a rough season this year, they will have a lot to look forward to this upcoming season. And if I'm not mistaken, Josh Harris does take part of ownership with the Devils and the 76ers for NHL and NBA, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot in take there. That all happened in Minneapolis today. Huge deal, as you said, the largest one in a long time. Um, all I could say is to add funniness and a joke, he must have hit the Powerball lottery yesterday in order to do that to make that incredible deal. Throw that funny joke out there.
Yep. So the owners met today in Minneapolis and have approved the sale. Sale has not been made final yet, but it will be obviously.
Eventually.
Um, the owners made clear that they wanted to get him out of here. Several Jim Irsay of the Colts, Jerry Jones of the Cowboys today, they all spoke. How excited they were to get Dan Snyder out of the league, and as fans, I think we all are too because of what a once proud franchise has turned into, all thanks to one person. Um,
Absolutely agree.
but again, it's good that he's not in the league anymore. We can just forget about him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can just move aside from there. So huge day for the Commanders. Hopefully this will be a start to a good and new future for those Commander fans. And hopefully it was a right costly purchase for Josh Harris.
Yep. Another big topic this week, the running backs. So Monday, the 17th of July, was the deadline for the players on the franchise tag to get a deal done. And 3 players did not get a deal done, and conveniently, they were all running backs. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard all could not reach agreements with their respective teams and will all have to play the 2023 NFL season on the franchise tag. Now, Tony Pollard has signed his franchise tag, so he'll report to camp. But Barkley and Jacobs, it's been reported that they're going to hold out, and we don't know how long for. So definitely something to follow as we go through camp.
Yes, absolutely. Something that is going to be definitely huge and a lot to follow there. One big note is definitely for Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants. I think without Saquon Barkley and on that New York Giants team, it is going to be a rough season, and we won't have that. And I feel the Giants are going to feel a little disappointed not knowing that Saquon is on their team and ready to help them out at any point. So I do think the Giants do need to make a contract with him soon. I know it might sound like a lot of work and a lot of controversy with him, but he is a good player and a very crucial player to that New York Giants team, and it shows a lot. And for the rest of them, I know. So as you mentioned, and we've been mentioning it all week long and previously on your Twitter as well, Jack, running back is the hardest market right now, and there is no question about it. And those 3 players are incredible players that show a lot of courage and pride in what they do in the NFL game and make their teams go that extra mile. And we'll definitely see how it turns out. And will it be for the better or for the worse? We'll have to see and weigh from Ian Rappaport and all the NFL insiders on what will happen next.
Thing that blows my mind the most about this is that the last big running back to get extended was Nick Chubb, and that was almost 2 years ago now
Yep.
in 2021. 3 years, 36 million. No major running backs got a big contract since then.
Right.
Obviously, you have guys like Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, Devontae Freeman, Todd Gurley, and now Ezekiel Elliott, who have shown that paying a running back it might not be the best thing. But at the same time, these running backs are the heart and soul of their respective offenses. Josh Jacobs won the rushing title last year. Saquon Barkley carried the Giants to the playoffs, and Tony Pollard, well, the Cowboys finally decided to give him the ball more. And Dak Prescott led the league in interceptions last year, despite only playing 12 games. So without Tony Pollard, there's no chance the Cowboys would have
Yeah, go
made.
that extra mile.
But it's complicated because I understand both sides. I understand teams not wanting to pay running backs. You look at the last like 25 Super Bowl champions, almost none of them had like a high paying running back. I think the highest salary was Marshawn Lynch with Seattle. So but
Yeah.
I also understand the running backs because at the end of the day, you have to get paid. You get other than the center and the quarterback, you touch the ball the most out of anybody on the team. And I understand a running back can succeed behind a good offensive line, but still, a lot of these running backs have the pass catching ability, which you can't find in every running back.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
they got to figure this out with these running backs. Now, they're Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler have also asked for new contracts. To my knowledge, they're working on it potentially. This just
Yes.
makes it more complicated though, because teams around the league are not going to view running backs as highly as
They
other.
should be.
And real quick, one other thing, it just happens that since 2015, I found this from Jeff Darlington on Twitter, but since 2015, every single position, the salary in the franchise tag is increased except for the running back position. It's gone down
Wow.
from 10.9 to 10.1 million. So it's made it a lot easier for teams to just give the franchise tag to running backs. And I think it's going to be a more common thing in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, incredible reports there, Jack. And it's gonna be a lot of very difficult for these teams. And as you say, as you not you say said, the pay is absolutely one of the biggest things. And it's not just football players; it's just everybody in general. And hopefully, they do get their respective pay because, after all, the running backs do make those teams the better. So we'll obviously have to wait and see regarding those matters. But great report.
Yeah, it's gonna be I did a space on Twitter and I said running backs are done for. Maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration, but I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're being so like undervalued. We've already seen several running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, all come out and basically just like bash the NFL because they're undervaluing the running back position. And I totally get them for sure. They are. I think they are being undervalued, and I think they deserve to get paid. But at the same time, I do understand why teams are hesitant to pay running backs. Obviously, I remember the whole Le'Veon Bell thing. That thing was a mess, and that really I think messed up the running back market because after that we haven't really seen many running backs get paid that much.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen a lot of running backs get paid a lot, and you made good points there. Right, the money's obviously an issue. The teams are definitely going to need these running backs, and they are the star player, but they don't seem to understand that concept. And absolutely, that the future is going to struggle a lot, and I have a feeling it's going to just get worse. However, I hope that the running backs stay and we get the respected pay that they deserve and go with the proper team that they deserve. And hopefully it'll be for the better and hopefully it will pay out at the end. And as you could tell, Barkley, Jacobs, and Pollard are the three big names that we need to focus on right now. That obviously that regarding with no franchise tag at the moment. So yeah, good points there.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for the running backs. But so speaking of the franchise tag, there was one player who was franchise tag that was able to reach an agreement with their team, not a running back, but the Jags tight end Evan Ingram
Yep.
reached a 3-year, $41.25 million contract extension with Jacksonville. Good for him. I feel like most Giants fans there's probably some watching this video, they probably remember him as a guy who would just drop a lot of passes. But
Yeah.
obviously, we figured something out. Doug Peterson's a great offensive mind, so obviously they figured something out.
And
Happy he
absolutely.
got paid definitely one of the top 10 tight ends in the league. Career highs last year. He had 73 catches, 766 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Huge part of Jacksonville's offense. Really helped them win the division. As I mentioned, career highs from across the board in stats, except for touchdowns. He had 6 one season, but a huge part of this offense. And also at his highest catch percentage of his career, almost 75%, which is fantastic. He's going to be a
Absolutely.
big part of the Jags offense going forward for sure.
Absolutely, the Jags offense is definitely going to be key, and with Doug Peterson as their head coach, it was a phenomenal first playoff run in a long time for the Jags last year. Huge player, and obviously Giants fans are going to be like, hey, they got him," but it'll be definitely for the right moment and the right purpose. He is going to absolutely do well with Jacksonville, knowing on how great his head coach was last year, bringing him to a round two of the playoffs. So it was pretty incredible. And obviously, when you have the Chiefs, it's the Chiefs, but a lot to look forward there. Super proud of him, and there's more contracts added. And I'll get right away to the next one, unless you want to add something. The
Oh no, I was just gonna say the one thing that hurts is that last season the Colts actually offered Evan Ingram a contract, which makes it hurt even more. But I completely understand why he wanted to go to Jacksonville, go to Doug Peterson, who's a great offensive mind, as I mentioned. But happy that he got the bag. Jags are gonna be good for a long time.
Oh, absolutely, they will, and that run will not stop. As long as if Patrick Mahomes is hurt, then every other AFC team has a chance at going to the Super Bowl. So that's just my take. But we
Yep.
obviously hope that he's healthy because nobody likes when people are injured or sick or anything like that. So
No, no, no. We
no, no,
never wish that
we
upon
never wish
anyone.
on that somebody. But we just if Patrick Mahomes was not playing, then everybody else would have the chance in the AFC.
All right. So do you want to get to the next contract?
Yeah,
You're
the
gonna bring
next
in
one would be Alex Highsmith, which he agreed to a 4-year, $68 million contract. Huge player there, huge help for this for the team. And Jack, give us your thoughts.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say the Steelers have one of the best front offices in the league. Now, Eli, I'm not gonna put you on the spot here or anything, but can you just be honest for me, please? Did you know who Alex Highsmith was before this contract got announced? I'm just curious.
I had no idea who he was. Honest with you, I just saw your script like less than 20 minutes ago,
The,
and I was trying to
the, the
do as
Steelers have
much
one of
research
the
as
best.
possible.
That's my point. Is that the Steelers have maybe the best front office in sports. They turn
Yeah,
these nobodies into stars. We've seen it countless
absolutely.
times with receivers, and we their defense is always good. And what Highsmith had, he had 14.5 sacks this year, had 5 forced fumbles, was an absolute star in that Pittsburgh defense. Kind
Oh,
of been like the
absolutely.
replacement for Bud Dupree when he left. But him and TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward, well, he's still here. I might even be
But yeah,
forgetting somebody. That's a pretty scary front seven that they're
oh,
building there.
absolutely. For a very front scary. And as you mentioned, Jack, good point. None of us knew, and I get you. If you put this on Twitter and we put this on Twitter, whatever, nobody will know who this person is unless you fully went in depth them. So kudos to the Steelers, as we mentioned. And that's why I always go to you for the first point as well, because you always bring up that good point. But the Steelers have a lot to look forward to. And again, AFC is going to be a rough, hard division, but the chances are there. They have the players that they need. It's just a matter about executing and going the extra mile.
Absolutely. So another big this one was just announced like 4 or 5 days
Four or
ago.
5 days
Actually,
ago,
I
I
think
would
a
say.
week ago today.
Yeah.
The Jets signed their star defensive tackle, Quinnen
Quinn
Williams, the
Williams.
second star defensive tackle that plays at MetLife to get signed this offseason. 4 years, $96 million, 100% deserved. Quinnen Williams is one of the absolute best defensive players in the league, let alone defensive tackles. Had 12 sacks last year, career high, 2 forced fumbles, 4 passes defended, a rock in the middle of the field there for the Jets. The Jets have they were the fourth best scoring defense last year, and I think they
Yeah.
also gave up the fourth fewest yards as well. The Jets have a
Abs-
very, very good defense, and Quinnen Williams is the centerpiece of that. I know people are going to talk about Sauce Gardner, but trust me, Quinnen Williams is an absolute baller. Finished seventh last year in defensive player. Seventh in defensive player of the year last year. Made the Pro Bowl, first team All Pro. Absolute superstar. Good for the Jets and good for Quinnen Williams.
Huge decision, huge right move. Quinn Williams has done so much last year for the Jets. Although they're not going to make a playoff run with Aaron Rodgers, I am glad that he's still with them and he'll have a great, okay quarterback. Great, okay quarterback. I'll put it
I
like that.
totally agree that the Jets are not going to make a run next year, but
No, they're not going to make a run.
It's not going to be Quinnen Williams' fault because he's still going to be very, very good.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of the Jets, let's go right into the Jets.
Oh, wait, hold up. I was just going to say
Oh,
that
yeah.
Quinnen Williams put up those stats last year and he missed a game. That's even more
Yeah.
impressive.
That's
Missed a game, but put up those crazy stats.
And absolutely, he is one great player. The Jets should be glad to have him, but he should not be expecting a playoff run anytime soon. As Aaron Rodgers comes into town, he puts on the new uniform wearing number 8, and the Jets are ready to rock and roll. And let's get into that real quick. And the biggest storyline is, and what a big topic, which was discussed at the camp that we went to, um, was Hard Knocks that they're going to be on the HBO show Hard Knocks this upcoming season. Will that have an effect on the New York Jets? I'll start with you, Jack, regarding that discussion.
So I don't really follow Hard Knocks that much. It's
I
kind of
don't.
just like it's kind of just like a story. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what like the feeling is in that
Yeah.
locker room. It's obviously going to be different having Aaron Rodgers, a 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, in there
Oh,
over
absolutely.
Zach Wilson, whose whole career is probably going to be that one pro day throw that he had.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
but anyways, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I think people are more so care about how the Jets do this season more so than them being on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, so absolutely. So Aaron Rodgers obviously denied being on Hard Knocks. That was the first major big news story that came out. The second piece that I would say is I feel like that could take away from some of the Jets players. They're going to say they don't want it, they don't want it, they don't want it, and going to be so addicted to watching and participating in the show that they're going to be not used to get ready for Aaron Rodgers when he comes into town and gets ready to play. So that's obviously going to be huge that this could possibly add another effect already on top of the effects the Jets are already going to have. And obviously, they got to be careful because they're having a very, very veteran quarterback, and that is Aaron Rodgers, who obviously won't be in the league too long, but is hoping that he can continue his playoff run like he did with Green Bay and possibly make this AFC team to a Super Bowl team. Not and yeah,
I feel like all this pressure is not going to help the Jets. They have all this pressure on them being on Hard Knocks,
yep,
probably being the most followed team in training camp, having all these
yep,
primetime games, especially early in the season.
early.
They have a lot of pressure on them. The whole nation is watching the Jets. I
And they're
mean,
trying to say
that's what
it's
happens
just
when you
like
get Aaron Rodgers.
that's just like the Broncos. Everybody was focused on the Broncos last year, and it turns out disappointment.
Yeah,
So super
and
glad
the
about
Seahawks
that.
had their first round pick, Eli. I still can't believe the
And
Seahawks made that trade.
yes, we got 2 picks. Plus, we also made it to the playoffs, which the Broncos never did. Just want to make that clear to everybody.
Probably the worst trade it's probably the worst trade that a team has done since when we gave up a first round pick for Trent Richardson in
Oh yeah, absolutely.
2014.
You gave up
Or
two
oh
first
no,
round picks
13,
to get a
13,
quarterback,
sorry.
Russell Wilson, and it backfired because the Seahawks made it to the playoffs and are already on fire, and you just made them even better. So thank you,
So that trade
Denver.
that we made for Trent Richardson, we gave Cleveland a first round pick. Do you want to know who Cleveland used that first round pick on?
Sure.
Johnny Manziel. It's like it's got to be like the biggest like lose like the double, the
Double
lose-lose
loser. Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
If we
like
had the
the
sound
worst
effect for
trade
the
ever for
prices
a
right
washed up
loser
running back
music, that
and
was
get
pretty
using
loud.
our first round pick on a guy who made like 7 career starts
Yeah.
and will only be known for what he did off the field, not really on the field.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
anyways,
Yeah.
so another big storyline in the NFL has been a lot of these teams are starting to unveil their new jerseys,
Yes.
throwback jerseys, helmets that they're going to wear this season. So, Eli, you want to start off with the first team because you have we're going to
Sure.
show all these uniforms on the
Yes.
screen.
There's about I have 6 teams here. We're gonna start off with the Browns. They have this. Let's see if I could change where the viewing is. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting used to the font. Oh no, can't do it. All right, so I'm gonna put my face this way. Jack, you're perfect the way the way the photo's set up. So this is the Chicago Browns' new alternate jersey look. They're gonna have this white, I guess, jersey type. It's not. I like the helmet jersey. Yeah, I'm okay with the take on it.
I think it's an okay look. It's definitely
Yeah.
not. We'll see. There are some ones that I really really like, and we'll see those in a minute. These
All
are
right.
just okay. The white helmet's cool. I like the Bengals white gear though better. So they don't win in the state of Ohio battle of white. Sorry, Cleveland.
All right. Let's get to the next one. The Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith. Sorry if I can't see my face or your face, Jack. I'm gonna
It's all
just
right.
try to go like this for now.
You don't have to show our faces. Just
Okay.
we
Yeah.
care
So
more. The people care more about what we have to say.
yeah, absolutely. That's more important.
Sorry, this isn't the best picture, Eli. It's fine. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But
So this is. I'm actually going to remove the 12th horseshoe logo just so you could see it. This is obviously Geno Smith. For those of you who don't know, the best quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks right now. So this is their new throwback jersey, as they call it. I like the new jersey look, but when I first saw this jersey, I immediately thought of the Colts jersey. I honestly did, except for the green part. I honestly thought of the Colts jersey. I'm a fan. I like the jersey. Looks nice. But when I look at it closely, it looks like another Colts jersey.
It's not one of my favorites, I'd say, but I think it's a nice. I like the
It's a
green
nice
and
jersey. I'm a Seahawks fan.
the green is a really nice touch, and it. Green and blue go very well together. It kind of brings you back to the Steve Largent days for those of you who older people who might be watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a solid alternate. Probably around middle of the road though for me. But let's move on. Do you know which game the Seahawks are going to wear these, Eli?
I have no idea. I was working when this was announced, so I got no clue. Um, so let me get to the next one. I was trying to upload the next one. So we have, of course, the Colts. Your team.
This
They
I
have this. Do you want to break it down? All right, I'll let you break
Yeah,
it down.
I got it.
Yeah, all
So
right.
I've been talking to people all day about this. I would say about 75% of people are not on board with this, and the other 25 do like it a lot. I'm in the minority. I think this is a really, really good looking jersey, just for a few reasons. Number one, the Colts have maybe like the most plain jerseys in the NFL. Are just like a blue jersey with white pants. There's nothing really cool about it. It's kind of just like a high school jersey. Now people are going to say this looks like a high school jersey, but I happen to really like it. The best part about it, 100%, is the black helmet. That is a really good look. I love the all black for certain teams. I think it's a really intimidating look, and I think it's a really good fit here. And the jersey is nice. I like the blue in it. I like the shoulder stripes. I think that adds a nice touch. And overall,
Yeah.
I like the color scheme. It almost looks like the Seahawks blue though a little bit. Kind of funny that the Seahawks looks like the Colts. This looks almost like the Seahawk blue. But I have
Good point.
this is Alec Pierce, so receiver for the Colts. In case you guys don't know, gonna have a breakout year. You're a big fan of Alec Pierce. Can't wait to see what he can do for the Colts this year. But yeah, I really like this jersey. I think this is a really good alternate. It's called the Indiana Knights. They're gonna wear it for Week 7 against the Browns, and I happen to really like it. But I'm also biased because I'm a Colts fan.
All right, well, good take there, and obviously, I'm looking actually at my YouTube screen to the right of me. So I'm looking at this Colts jersey. I'm not a fan so much of the jersey. The jersey I really am not a huge fan of. I think it's just another normal Colts jersey. What I do love though is I love the helmet though. I love that white the middle blue stripe in the middle, and I love how the black logo fits in there. So absolutely, I love the helmet more than I do anything else. Um, I think I like the helmet more than I do the jersey, but
I would have
let's
loved to see the Colts put the horse in there, the old like Bucky
yeah,
Bronco in there.
yeah,
That
like
would
the
have been
Seahawks with the
cool.
throwback
Bring
jersey.
back
That's
to their
smart.
bring it back to their time in Baltimore with Johnny Unitas. But I don't think it's a bad jersey.
No,
But
absolutely not.
it's fine though. It's not amazing. Like it's not what we're gonna see later. But I like this jersey, and it's kind of my bias because I'm a Colts fan.
All right. So the next jersey, sorry if it's cut off. It's the not Broncos. Is my screen sharing, Jack?
I still see the Colts jersey for now.
Oh, that's nice. Hold on one second. Trying to work this out. I did not.
Sorry, you guys can't see our face. Up there we
Oh,
go.
there it is. There we go. So sorry if it's a little cut off. That's the new Buccaneers jersey. I'm not a fan of it, Jack.
I disagree. I think these are really, really good. The Bucks used to wear these back in like
Yeah.
the 70s, the 80s, these orange creamsicle jerseys. I like the orange creamsicle in general. This is a really good look. I know it doesn't really fit with like Buccaneers, the
Oh.
Buccaneers logo. I know it's not really their colors, but their old logo were those colors. I think it's just a cool look. Like it's like a different look. Like no other team has an orange creamsicle logo look. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's a good jersey. And I think some people might hate it, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's a nice jersey. Just I'm not a fan of it. I think it's just more of like that orangey. It reminds me a lot of the Browns. That's all I could say. And not really a huge fan of it, but whatever. It is what it is. Let me get to the next one. It's a little complicated on our end, so give us 1 second. One moment,
Hi,
please.
we're back. You can see our faces again.
Yeah. No more. Hold on. No more. Oh, you still
Oh,
do.
there we go.
You still see our faces. Okay. This is a new Cardinals jerseys, which I believe that is the correct photo. From the image, if I'm looking on to the right of me, um, nice jersey. Not a huge fan of it. I like the white the best, I think, out of all three of them.
I can't tell if I'm looking at the Cardinals jerseys or the Rutgers Scarlet Knights jerseys.
Ah, ah,
The
ah.
the the red home jersey looks like the Rutgers red. The
Yep.
the black jersey looks like the Rutgers
So
alternate
are
that
we
they
saying
used.
that this is copyright? Just
And and the away looks like the Rutgers away. Like this just looks so much like
yeah.
Rutgers colors to me. Uh, um,
Oh, absolutely.
it's like not. Yeah, this is not. I don't think the Cardinals are gonna win a lot anyways this year. So I don't really feel
Jerseys
like
do not
looking at the
matter in
jerseys
Arizona
about it,
territory.
but this is not. I mean, they're just okay. But again, they kind of look like Rutgers jerseys, to be honest. So
I
let's
like the
just,
take.
I think, move on.
Yeah, let's just move on. I like the take though. I like the Rutgers team. All right, our last jersey that I have is Justin Jefferson and the
Save the best one for
Minnesota
last. Oh
Minnesota
no,
Vikings.
that's not the right one. No.
That's the wrong jersey.
Yeah, it's the wrong jersey. Look up. Oh no. It's all right. Look.
Technical fails live on air, folks.
Look up the Vikings
Yeah,
alternate from
I
the
just saw
90s.
it.
The
I
Vikings
just
home jersey in the
uh,
1990s. Look that up real quick and put it
yeah, I
on.
just saw that. Oh well,
Well,
folks. I
while
just
it's
want
on
to
the screen,
apologize real quick.
while it's on the screen, I will give my take of it. This is a great jersey. I love this jersey. I love the gold and the purple. The Lakers are the only other team I think in North America that has gold and purple. And funny enough, the Lakers also started in Minneapolis, so I guess it's just something with Minnesota. This is a good jersey though. They wore this on Thanksgiving last year. Really good, purple and gold. They wear this for primetime games. Really awesome looking jersey. The
All right, so
Vikings
now
have some of the
trying
best
to.
jerseys in the NFL, but this is definitely the best current one. But let's see if Eli can pull up the one that
I
he was
have.
supposed to put up there.
Oops, folks. So you see, this is what happens when you have technical difficulties.
And it's all right. We have plenty of time. Just
Oh, here it is. Let me share my screen this time. Hold
please
on. Oh
please be the
no!
right one.
Please be the right one. Hold on. Let me remove this. Hi everyone. Again,
It's
this
not.
is.
You looked up the home jersey, right? The home alternate. It's not an away jersey.
Please tell me I'm right.
Uh,
No, that's
no,
2019.
no, that's not. No. Hang on. Let me see if I can look it up. Sorry, guys. Oh no.
So, folks, when StreamYard is not working, we have technical difficulties, and I thought I pulled up the right jersey, but it turns out it did not. So I just want to apologize to all of our fans watching around the world. I am a failure to this
Oh
podcast.
no, you're Eli. All right, look up Vikings throwbacks. Just look up Vikings
Do you have it
throwbacks.
on your screen? Could you share?
I don't know how to. Hang
Okay.
on. Hang
Where
on.
is this? Okay. All right.
Sorry,
Could
guys.
could you email that to me?
Uh,
Could
mm,
Vikings throwback jersey? What is it?
I'm not a very tech savvy Eli. All right, look up Vikings throwbacks. Can you just look up? I'm not as tech savvy as you are. Please look Vikings throwbacks.
All right, folks, for all the controversies and delays. Okay, so this is I pray to God this is the right one. NBC is this the one? NBC?
No, so look up Viking. Look, the one with the yellow background, the number 30. That's what came up.
There
on
it is. Here I got it. I got it.
All right.
Please be the right one. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. Did I get it right?
Hey, there we go.
Thank God! Oh, thank
Finally.
God! Oh my
Oh
God!
wait, get that off the screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that came up.
Oh, I'm
All right,
sorry.
That's not
That
the
is not one of
not
our
the best.
sponsors of the 12th Horseshoe
So
podcast.
third
Just
time's
wanna
the
throw
charm,
that
as
out
they
there.
say. All right, this is
500 times the charm.
100% the best of the throwback jerseys that are being shown this year. This
Well-
isn't the best picture, sorry guys, but I absolutely love this. This brings you back
That's
to
right.
when the Vikings, Randy Moss and Dante Culpepper. Oh yeah, that's a better shot right there. See if you
Yeah.
can click on the left picture and see if we can zoom in.
Hopefully it doesn't go into my Twitter.
If not, then it's fine because I think we can see it good enough. That's a really good looking jersey, though. I love the purple. I love the gold outlining on the numbers. The helmet's a really good look, too. Again, this just brings you back to the Randy Moss, Dante Culpepper days. The Vikings are going to wear this for their week 1 opener against Tampa Bay. And as I said, best throwback that's gonna be worn this year? I don't know what your opinion is on it, Eli.
I'll be honest with you, Jack. It looks like the same jersey as they were during the regular season. I am not a huge fan of it. I think it just looks too basic. I know there is like a little line or two that is different, but to me, I think that's basic and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the jersey. It looks nice. I like the wrong one I put up. That one I like better.
You're
But
not just saying you don't like them because you failed to put it up there, right?
no, absolutely not. No, I'm just not a fan of it. I thought the other one that I did the wrong one I did put up was better. But that's just a different argument for a different day. I'll stop sharing and back to our normal phrases and our normal life.
Sorry, guys, about like that 5 minute issue. Eli, it's fine. Honestly, it's
I
not the
do
end
want
of
to
the world.
apologize to all my to the followers watching around the world. We had a little technical issues before the show, and all the issues are now currently resolved. 5 minutes
Yeah.
later.
Oh wait,
Well,
but before we go to the next topic, I just want to mention real quick that if you see at the bottom of our screen, the official podcast email is there. So if any of you guys have any inquiries that you want to or get in touch with us, you can email right there, the 12 horseshoe podcast at gmail.com, right there below the screen. And again, we will, and
gladly
again, so
look at the
if you have any
email and
questions or inquiries or anything, you can reach us
yes,
down there, the 12 horseshoe podcast.com, or you
at
could reach us
gmail.com.
at Twitter. Me and Eli both have Twitter.
Yeah, Elijah Weintrop at gmail. Oh my
Oh,
god, I said my Gmail, not not Twitter at
yeah.
Elijah Weintraub. Well, lowercase.
Mine is at Jack _ Riz RIZZ 28. In case you guys want to
I
find
like
us
that. I said
there.
my
But
email
again,
is
we're posting content all the time, so appreciate you guys if you can help us with our
grow
follow.
follower.
All
Yeah,
right, now
absolutely. We
no
really
more.
appreciate it. Sorry for all the mistakes and errors. And
Yeah, we appreciate you guys sticking through it with us.
all right, let's get to the next topic. Jack, what do you got?
All right, so the final thing we're going to talk about today, unless you have anything else to bring up, or
Nope.
training camp. This
The
is
one thing I'll
obviously
just
a big thing. So some teams have already reported, at least the rookies have. I believe by the 26th of July, all 32 teams will have reported by then. Obviously, with the exception of the players that are holding out. So we'll. But again, there's going to be a lot of storylines. Obviously, I'm going to watch a lot of preseason games more than I usually do. Because I want to see what these rookies, what these backups are made of, see what they can do.
yeah, I want to absolutely take a look a lot at the preseason. The preseason is going to be huge this year. We're going to finally see what these players are going to have in store for us, and super excited rather that the Jets are going to be the first game of the season with the Hall of Fame game. Because if Aaron Rodgers does play, then I do believe that it'll be a fun test to see how well they do, and if they do better in the preseason than in the regular season.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be a fun training camp. Lots of quarterback competitions, injuries, all that stuff.
And it'll be
Um,
right away prior to the start of the regular season. So a lot to look forward to there.
yeah, so should be obviously I'm gonna be following Colts camp a lot. There is a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening there. Obviously the big quarterback competition. Is Anthony Richardson gonna start week 1, or will it be Minshew Mania out there at home against the Jags, which will be called by my guy Kenny Albert. He's gonna call that game, so I'm
Yep.
super excited for that.
We
1
were at
p.m.
the camp when he announced it. So Kenny Albert will
Can't
be
wait
on the
to
call week 1.
Can't wait to watch that. Also, our linebacker Shaquille Leonard might be on the PUP list. He has not been healthy really for the last 2 years, so it's it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There's a lot. Obviously, we have a complete new look, a rookie head coach in Shane Steichen, a completely new coaching staff, new offensive coordinator, new quarterbacks coach, new running backs coach.
That's what I kind of feel like about the Jets because they lost their offensive
New offensive
coordinator
line
and their
coach.
defensive coordinator. So that's how I feel about the Eagles. Eagles.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. But
I think I want to add one more thing.
yeah.
Since we do talk about a lot about the media sources and everything, Disney, who Bob Iger will now be staying as CEO to 2026, and announced on an interview with CNBC just last week that ESPN could be moved off of streaming, off of TV onto streaming sooner than we expected, and we could also see ABC, which Disney owns, not owned by Disney anymore. So just keep in mind about that. That we could see some of those changes happening soon, and ESPN does host the Super Bowl in 2026, 2030. So just keep a look out there, and the full interview for Bob Iger's on CNBC.
Yep. So, you know, can't wait for training camp. Can't wait just for football season. It's been a long off season.
Yeah, most of the teams have reported already to training camp. Others will be reporting within this week, if not next week. Veterans from most teams will be reporting next week. So a lot to look forward there, and super excited to see what is in store for training camp. And Jack, I think it's time to make the big announcement.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wait, hang on. I announced to Twitter that we had a big announcement coming for the podcast. So again, before we don't have a set date for this just yet. We'll get that out to you guys as soon as we can. But we do have something special planned for an upcoming episode of the podcast. Eli, you want to take it away?
Yes, just I'm gonna get 1 second because I'm gonna try to do this the proper way.
Just like
Okay?
a suspense or something.
No, I'm trying to get a photo.
Oh, okay.
Smart. See? Okay, here we go. So joining the what?
Oh, I was gonna say, don't screw this up.
No, Jack, I'm actually okay this time. All right, here we go. Joining in August, early August of this year, we'll be having from NHL on ESPN and SportsCenter host Arda Ocal will be joining us for a podcast. He is part of the NHL and ESPN. He does the Point and SportsCenter as well as SportsCenter on Snapchat. He has with a lot of emailing between Jack and myself, we are able to get him on. So we are hoping to get him on as early as August 3rd, which is I think the first week of August. So
we'll figure everything out. We still have to figure some stuff out, but it pretty much is confirmed that we're gonna get Arda on the podcast. Super excited. You know, has had a great story with him. Canadian broadcaster came over from Canada, did all that stuff. But I'm gonna let him talk about that when he comes on.
Yeah, we'll let him talk about that, and we'll let him talk about football, of course, because that's his sport. Not his sport, but our sports. But you know. Yeah, super excited.
He ranted about the Colts earlier in the season, so I'm going to ask him. All right. Well,
please.
I don't want to get too further into that, but
so can't wait. Watch our Twitters and find out when Arda Ocal will be joining us on the 12th Horseshoe podcast right here on Surge TV YouTube. For now, and joining us live, Elijah Weintraub and Jack Rizzo. Should we sign up?
Yep. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back. I think Eli, we're going to start doing weekly episodes now that training camp is in full swing.
I think what we should do is let's do AFC predictions next week. Then the following
No. I think we should wait till the end of training camp because there could be injuries. So
true. Good point.
So we'll figure out when training camp next week. I'm sure there'll be more news to come out, but yeah.
We'll find out when more news will be released and when everything will be confirmed and what we'll talk about and when our next episode will be. Until then, thank you for joining us on the 12th Horseshoe podcast on Surge TV YouTube. I'm Elijah Weintraub from Jack Rizzo. We'll see you next time on our next episode, and have a good one.
So long, guys.